I come today to bring you a very simple message. Iran must be free. The dictatorship must be destroyed. Containment is appeasement, and appeasement is surrender. The only practical goal is to support a movement to free Iran. Any other goal will leave a dictatorship finding ways to get around any agreement and to lie about everything. After all, a dictatorship that appoints as its justice minister someone who killed 30,000 people is telling you everything you need to know about the core nature of the dictatorship. This is a regime which thinks it's justice to kill 30,000 people. This is a regime which thinks it's justice to have an election where no one is allowed to run. This is a regime which threatens all of its dissidents, all of its critics, with jail at best and death at worst. Freedom is not safe anywhere as long as dictatorships, like the current Iranian dictatorship, are in a position to threaten freedom anywhere. The largest supporter of state terrorism in the world is the Iranian dictatorship. Even the Obama administration kept saying that, despite everything they did to kid themselves. I think it's fair to say that the Trump administration has much fewer illusions about the nature of the Iranian dictatorship. I think it's fair to say that Secretary of Defense Mattis, in his years in the Central Command, understands exactly who the Iranian dictatorship is. I think it's fair to say that the National Security Advisor, General McMaster, in his years of service in the Middle East, knows exactly who the Iranian dictatorship is. And I believe that the commitment to take steps to help you, help all free people everywhere, will be clear in this administration, and the pressures will grow every single year in the direction of supporting 1,000 Ashraf so that we have a network of freedom prepared to take over from a dictatorship of death. Now, it goes deeper. Freedom ultimately involves charismatic leaders who communicate both a sense of hope, a vision of a better future, a moral cause, and an ability to connect with people. In our country, that was George Washington and his young supporter, the Marquis de Lafayette. In Italy, it was Garibaldi. I can tell you from years of having come here that in history, that the name of your president-elect, Mariam Rajavi, will go down in the same tradition of fighters for freedom as Washington, Lafayette, and Garibaldi. And I hope she doesn't mind me saying this. I hope she agrees with me. It's not just because she is a great leader, although she is. And she's persisted in difficult times and in frustration when it took enormous patience. But she's a great leader because she has great followers, because so many of you are so dedicated. And when I drove in a little while ago and I saw the number of buses, and when I stand here and I look all the way back at the number of people dedicated to freedom in Iran, I know that this movement is going to be a movement that goes down in history as one of the great examples of the human spirit defeating the evils of dictatorship. And so I thank each of you on her behalf for helping make her a truly historic figure, because that's what you're doing. And I'm here with my fellow Americans to pledge to you that we are going to take the story of a justice minister who kills 30,000 people. We're going to take the story of the continued support of state terrorism. And we're going to take the story of the hope that is embodied in the Thousand Ashraf strategy and the potential that the next time that there is popular dissent, it will be across the whole country, it will be organized, and that at that point, unlike what happened last time when the American government shamefully did nothing, at that point, the Trump administration needs to be prepared and leaning forward and ready to do everything it can to help freedom win and dictatorship lose in the great struggle that is underway in Iran. So, I just want to close with this thought for some of you who may sometimes get weary, frustrated, wonder if anything will work. Freedom comes with enormous effort, and it doesn't come quickly. You are mobilizing by your courage and your dedication and your commitment, and you're talking with other people. You're mobilizing an army, a bigger army than we had when we fought for our independence. And this army is bigger than the people in this room. I know, I see them all across America. So I believe we will win. I believe we will win together. I believe we will win for freedom. And I believe you will someday be proud to say, you were part of what freed Iran. Thank you, good luck, and God bless you.